Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
The Northern Empty, Labyrinthos. Now I just need a minute more and we'll call it a day.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then. Ugh. Did you call to me just now?
Nope.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
How much longer until it's not fine? Hey, Kier.
Hey, and also the music just changed with the sun coming out.
Yes, the sun.
I don't like it. It sounds like a circus. And yeah, I know it's not a real sun.
What I'm doing, hauling books and ore and fauna. Needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos. You know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They did one just a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damn if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Or just set me on follow.
That I did.
Huh. Let me think. The Ray I see should be an item 1058, Human sees 1059, Snurble Berry 1060, or were they 1061? Ah, my head feels like it's stuck with Melko grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the coat and carrots for the Garabani carrots? What then? Here to help her give me more headaches. Because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm not in the mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. I have a pack of marmots running loose. Hey, it's that guy from the Dawn Trail trailer. Any luck, Green? What tales does the gleaners have to tell? Taking stock, large shipments, and exhausted gleaners. So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're spending more inventory somewhere else. Well, sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. You're right, the Forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. New airfield destination now accessible. We would do well to learn more what, specifically, the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're game green, I have an idea. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help them capture said creatures, you might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting! Great, now we're also a rat catcher. Or marmot catcher.
Don't you just love having all these odd jobs?
Only when I can fight with them. You wish to help me find the marmots. I have nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. Name's Aaron Mill, friend, specialist in collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Naxian marmots is a trial I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. But mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier at the present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack. Gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so you'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot. Or you. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. That's your fare. Track down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. This sack holds the plump, wriggling form of one greatly annoyed grizzled mouse. Ah, there's the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put your friends in a holding cage. Or our friends. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. The same officials who had us working day and night of late, the honorable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed? Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. Consumption? I don't know what Yeah, I know what they meant, but eating marmots? I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. Oh, maybe they'll be used to feed larger specimens. There you are, Green.
I was thinking some sort of arc kind of deal.
Maybe. Is this the gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Yep. Formerly lost marmots. Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway? I am Kral, the student of Bardasian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? So we confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I see that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun, the Forum contacted the Gleaners guild ship and put their people to this great work for some 4 days after the Telephoid made a chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I am inclined to trust that the calendar event is accurate. Altogether, it gives a distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this was a plan long in the making, but they were waiting for the right time to put it into effect. And the Telephoid's declaration was what set it all in motion. It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archaeon? From there we can reach the lower... Kral, what's wrong? I'm fine. Truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. No, it sounds like a keening sound to me. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archaeon. We follow the path east, through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse, or marmot was it? Anyway, there's the trolls you need to watch out for. I don't know, maybe you have the right idea, Kim. Maybe they are building a giant ark.
We shall see. Space Noah.
Yes. And they'll head for the moon to make a colony there. Behold the Archaeon. As Numenon serves as Charlion's literary archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture too is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archaeon grants a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with a custodian. The Shire custodian, the Shire armor from Edelshire. Like the ones you can get for tombstones.
Yeah.
Level 60 gear. Yeah. Probably
It
not
looks a little different though.
similar. Probably not a coincidence.
It's similar, but yeah. It's probably Charlie and clothes that they're giving you, yeah.
Greetings. We are here to peruse the Archaeon's vaults. Clearly not gleaners. Might I ask your affiliation? I was given to believe that the vaults, those were open to public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us, then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. What? So this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time it will be too late. And we're so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for a moment, shall we? Students of Baldacion. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. Tis likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we are to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Am I taking a lift? Oh, no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archaeon even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere. But it was wandering around tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Honestly, little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archaeon is open again. What's that? Take it down on the lift with me. Sorry, no, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate there, though, shouldering a large pack engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll be headed down below after he's done with whatever he's doing. Quiet. Look right, get away. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The Cloudkin I need to capture is close. Very close. You should help me with this too. Spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds. The one I'm after today is the hornbill. Feathers are green and cry a distinctive call. Single it out and shoot it with a sleeping dart. Effects are short-lived, so I'll lie and wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Search your surroundings for the hornbill. So that's not the bird. Yeah, it was a big one.
Did you just shoot it right away without listening to its cough?
I saw it the first time.
Oh, that was your second time?
Yes.
Uh,
I was like, is that the right bird? Or is that the right bird? I didn't know if it was if he was talking about an actual call or just it was a sound that it made.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
There you are. Any new revelations?
Oh, I shot a bird.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species, too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
Oh goddammit, it is an arc.
I guessed it.
Yes,
when you put
did.
it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations.
I guess it would make sense why they brought up the tale of Neumcraft with the whole arc and exile thing. Or resettling.
Now, I really must be
Metaphors and
going.
comparisons and whatnot.
I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down. This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you'd do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Now I just need to see if they're trying to go into space to see if I'm right. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
We
must be...
shall see.
Hopefully. I mean, even the title for Endwalker just highlights that moon, so... Hopefully that's enough clues to be certain of it. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, the slavering beast aside, we'll need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head in. Given the terrain ahead though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence at least. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Erembill's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Ah, yes, grapes. The infamous
Maple
grapes.
grapes. Oh, there's a lookout point,
Oh, nice.
but it's up on a roof.
Gotcha. Do we have? Is it a jumping puzzle roof or?
No, it's just on the roof.
Huh.
I mean, it could be, probably not.
I'll have to see. Aha! Now I know where we are. This is the Mineral Agronomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to defeat the Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Foods so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed! Mystery vegetables without a name with only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. 'Tis possible they know something of the Forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. Oh, hello there. You weren't expecting visitors. Not with the use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? Magic. Also our legs. A mine shaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward his tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the Forum has us filling order lists a mile long. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Do I have ought to be taken down below? More than I can carry and then some. Most of our stock is sent off to be at the cargo lift. Some has been an earmark for aerial transport, hence a stack of crates on top of that hill over there. Gosh, hauling a lot up that slope was a job and a half. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising given that it's a native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modeled, a region in south of Ilsabad. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Hilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition into a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Corvus before the Imperials renamed it to Locus Amoenus. The Forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climate we strove to recreate within confines of Labyrinthos. It has provided a rich foundation for countless experience in cultivation. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents, bundles of common seeds and saplings accompanied by sheaves of reports. I wonder if the idea is that we would let ourselves be airlifted? Hiding ourselves in the crates or something? That would be a crazy idea.
It might be exactly what we do.
It might be exactly what we do. And I bet Y'shtola will suggest it.
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild.
Mood flowers.
With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Have you learned aught of interest?
I was just given a botany lesson. Does that count?
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Arcane? Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member, or at least a close associate?
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all... Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
I can almost reach you.
Is Kral still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Erembel was headed westwards along a path outside the Archaeon. Come, we can still catch him. Hold on a moment. I have an idea. If memory served, that colossal wall-like structure is the Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with one which could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erembel in the company as that agent, we cannot expect him to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads. Goodness! Unaccustomed to transfiguration. Worry not, it will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erembel. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. Yes, Square Enix has sent you a reward for a Dawn Trail release. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be likely as to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn of anything of note. Which reminds me, where are the creatures hereabouts? In that form, you are essentially defenseless. You're changing into a toad. You must remain transfigured in order to progress with quest objectives. You'll return from your transfigured status if you move too far away. Look to your map for the transfiguration's area of effect. Speak with Yashola or restore or prolong the transfiguration. It's a little cookie. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alfie Toad and Alfie Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with the quest objectives. You can leave your quest companion behind by entering a different area or by speaking with them and selecting the option to part ways. I would also like the Tina Masterline Magic Tech sculpture. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Discuss your surroundings. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alfie Toad attempts and fails to shake his head, but you nevertheless understand that he's telling you this is the wrong way. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Alfie Toad turns to face the north. Perhaps she's suggesting you cross the bridge. Let's just hope we're not caught as specimens.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlian scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Charlian was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
Crap, we're on the list.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
Oh.
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
Maybe he saw that we're not a native species here.
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Ah. Okay, let's go back and blame your Stola.
Perfect.